Hello everybody, and welcome back to Orcs Must Stay Unchained. First off, I apologize I wasn't around for a long time, but now I have more or less returned. Thanks to a request from Slayer. Their request is to go for a Master Crogon Keep with a less mobile hero. So, this is what we are going to do today. There's my practice run. Anyways, first off, let's go through a few of the traps I'm going to use for this run. The first one, of course, the Great Wall Barricade. I started to love this one in Crogon Keep, especially with a loadout from a good streaming friend of mine, Kafka Fish. You can find him on Twitch, streaming pretty much right now. Well, assuming when the video goes live. But anyways, so first off, the Great Wall with, if you can afford it or if you have it unlocked, go with 10 parts. Just make it a little bit less expensive. Let's put it that way. It helps out a great deal. And also using the Great Wall in general is already less pricey than going with a normal barricade. Of course, a little bit more dangerous because of sabers. There are quite a few arguments for the normal barricades, but you will not regret if you go with the Great Wall. Then the Grinder. The Grinder just fits into the entire combination of traps I'm going to use, which will include also Floor Scorcher with a Debilitation Resonator. There it is. It reduces the overall defense of the enemies, and the Tar Trap, the normal Tar Trap. I'm not going for Viscous Tar because it's not necessary. And the Grinder fits perfectly into this combination, together with the, well, what's called, with the Control Resonator plus the Debilitation Resonator on the Floor Scorcher. It will inflict a really big amount of damage to enemies. The next trap, I would love to go with the Lightning Rod, but unfortunately the Lightning Rod is relatively rare and relatively hard to unlock. I know people reach level 80 and still don't have the Lightning Rod. RNG is not a good man in this game, but anyways, we are going with the Swing Mace. And the Swing Mace will rock the Control Resonator. The Spring, of course, always the Spring also makes it a little bit more expensive, which does matter because we make it a little bit less expensive with 10 parts. So let's get right into it. Crogon Keep, is it Master? It is Master indeed. So I'm going for the most immobile hero in the game, which is pretty much a battleship on land, Bianca. Enjoy the slow walking. I'm also not going with the teleportation ring because it makes her a little bit more mobile, and I'm guilty forgetting to use my trinkets anyways, so barely matters at this point. So let's go with the Flame Bracelet. Guardians, also no Chicken Man. The Chicken Man is forbidden because he provides us some speed boost, and we try to avoid speed boosts because again they make it a little bit easier. So are slow pads. No slow pads, not allowed. So what do we, first up, this is our entire loadout. Let's go with the Swing Mace, if I can find it. It is there it is. And instead of Viscous Tar we go with our normal tar. So the combination Floor Scorcher, Tar Trap and also Spikes together with a Grinder kind of makes sense, and I will show to you how it works. Why Brimstone? If I have already Floor Scorcher and Spike. Brimstone is a more or less in addition to our anti-sapper defense. It's not a great tool, but it will do its duty, as our Ice Bear likes to say, and it will kill off a few sappers that might cross our anti-sapper lane. Just a cute failsafe. Again, it's a play that, as I said it right now, more cute than actually effective, but it helps nonetheless. Also, no potions, not even the Guardian Potion. Not allowed. Not on this run. Also, there's something, an issue with my mouse, I do apologize. Can I improvise this day? Haven't recorded and streamed in a while. Alright. Seems to be good. Again, this is our loadout. We're going with Bianca, the battleship of all heroes. And this is our entire loadout right here. So let's just get right into the game. So, practice run took a while. Kind of made a few mistakes. Tried to learn the route again of the enemies. Also tried to learn which enemies come from where. So I'm now a little bit more aware of the sappers and also how to counter them.
Another day, another battle.
How to counter them, hopefully effective. So, first off, it's the top right side. Okay, I get it. What do we go for in the beginning? Well, what you could do is to go with... This will be our anti-sapper or anti-sapper defense. You could go for this right away and you will not regret it. It will do quite some work on them. But in the beginning it's not necessary. It's only important during the third wave. So it's hard to actually consider when to use it. So then I go with that. What does this loader do? It pushes enemies to the wall, directly to the wall. There will be a flame flipper towards our rift point. And every enemy that crosses this area will be get hit by the swing mace, which will be up there in the future. Or even right now, it doesn't really matter. And also we put our grinder close to the wall. So as soon as they step on the flame flipper, they will have to make across the tower, the misplaced spike, into the swing mace, and through the grinder. This is our entire loadout, and we will expand this loadout until pretty much the end. It is usually self-sustained, assuming everything's built. If it's not built out, if it's not ready, then you might have a few orcs, or even in a later wave a few trolls and ogres with a few shamans. They will definitely pass this area, so be aware of that. We don't have to close up this direction, because as you see, our phantoms don't take this path naturally. They usually take the shortest path. But anyways, let's get right into it. Also a possibility to go with a loadout directly in front of the gate, which is a smart choice. You will save a lot of time if you do that. However, if you go with an immobile hero, you might lose some money in the end due to coin drops, or even some Unchained drops if you need them. I usually don't really care, and yes, I don't care. I just do it this way. It worked out so far. So let's see how it works out this time. Also, if you go with lightning rods, they are overall more expensive than one swing mace. However, you can place a lightning rod directly in this area. One should be enough. Also place 3 up there, and you have a pretty decent defense in that case. Okay, there's another tower. We should go with another flipper. And another tower. And there we go, there's the swing mace in action. Of course, with Whiskey Star it's a little bit more effective. Grinder are more effective, the swing mace is more effective, the fire from the Scorcher is more effective. Pretty much your entire kill box has a higher quality with Whiskey Star. But again, it's not necessarily necessary. It will do its duty. You will see. Also, if you go for money enchant on your tower, try to not kill enemies right away. They should cross your tower in order to get as much benefit from it as possible. It's only 1 or 2%, But in the end, you never know if those 1 or 2% might make the difference between a 5-star run and a loss. Alright, we keep waiting. That's actually a right choice. Let's go with a few grinder right away. With a few, I mean exactly 1. And soonish we should build our anti-sapper lane. Also, it seems like I do have the wrong part in my tower. What I would recommend to go for is also stamp parts for tar, which reduces the cost by flat 20%. If you place 6, I believe it's 6, let's say 6 or more towers, it's more cost effective to go with stamp parts instead of subsidized parts. But it's okay, it's only 50 gold difference, and actually 550 gold difference. But it doesn't matter, let's not go into the math, but it's a little bit more expensive overall. Will not matter, hopefully. So there we go. And last but not least, 2 brimstones. And there we go. This is our anti-sapper lane. It worked out with viscous tar, so I assume it will also work out with regular tar. Okay.
Unstable rift is opening. Destroy it.
This unstable rift is it's not really tricky, but it depends on a few factors. If you have a relatively high level and or you're able to play with your hero well, you can let it spawn. Because I'm relatively over-leveled for this map, I'm X level, I will let it spawn, so I do have a little bit more money to work with. Also, let's go with the Guardian. There we go.
Enemy minions incoming.
And as you see, the first rift only has a few orcs. Again, not a lot of money, as you see, 162 from the big ones and 92 from the small ones. But again, you might never know if this will make the difference between 5-star and a loss. Okay, let's go. So in here, let's see, where do we start? Let's do it this way. And right here we need a flame flipper. There we go. Also we will go for a second row, pretty much exactly the same. And also put a few grinder in here. This is the lane which we have to babysit in the end. It's this one and the last opening, where we have to rotate. It should be fine, hopefully, but let's see. A little bit harder with an immobile hero, as Bianca. But it depends how well you can execute it. And of course your... excuse me? Oh, there is some paycheck. I apologize, man. Also, welcome to hell. I should have placed the 1 or 2 grinder to make my life a little bit easier. That's a bummer. Most likely, if you do it my way and your level is not as high or your traps are relatively low, you will struggle through this wave a little bit, as you have seen right there. So prepare for the worst. Let's go with that. Another Terra. Let's see. This is a little bit too much SimCity and I'm not a huge fan of this. However, this makes this lane a little bit more safe. Right, to the upgrades. I completely forgot to mention my upgrades. Where's my mouse? There it is. So tier 1 I took reduced damage from orcs because we do have orcs. Also keep an eye open for the yellow dots. If they reach the barricades, you need to babysit it in the future. For the second stage of our upgrades, I'm actually not quite sure what to take, so I'm usually just going with more Unchained. I never use Unchained. It's a bad habit, and I would recommend not having it. But thankfully, I don't really mind And again, I don't care. So there we go. So this lane is pretty much, well, ready. The only thing we need is to prepare against sappers from the middle lane. There is, I believe, at least 2? Let's say 1. At least 1 wave with sappers. So you should go for small defense against them. There's no need to go hardcore on them, but go for the same loadout as in the very first lane. Alright, now we just need to wait for some brimstone. As we see, time-wise, not the greatest. Unfortunately, not the greatest. You could create the same loadout that I put up there in front of the ship. Well, in front of the ship and or on this ship right here to save some time, which is a good thing to do, and I would also recommend it too. But let's see how it works out. I just missed power by a few seconds during my practice, and I was busy just running around. And as you see with Bianca running around, it's not the greatest thing. Alright, they're getting flipped way too often. Okay, there we go, let's go. No time to waste.
The enemy army is attacking on another front.
Also, let's place those two, and we should kill the mercenary. Oh yeah, we definitely have to kill it. Oh, right, we cannot aim.
Quick, destroy it.
I mean, I hit him. Excuse me? Oh, he... Okay, I apologize. Okay, this might lead to an issue. But so far it's okay. Also, don't stay on your barricades. Really important, don't stay on your barricades. Also in here, pretty much the same. I don't really know what to take. I rarely use those abilities. There we go. Problem solved. Let's destroy the crystal. And we are relatively good to go. Let's go with 1 and 2 more grinder on here, just in case. Either this one or the next wave will have healer and trolls on the right side. So be aware of this wave. In case of emergency, you have to babysit it. So let's go with the brimstone right there. Just in case, there's some brimstone over there. Oh, and there are the sappers. Okay, this is actually the wave. There are some healers. Just get rid of a few healers. There's no need to actually kill too many enemies. But definitely the healers. Because this is one of the harder waves. At least from my experience when I did it in the past. The red dots in the middle lane, which jumped over my barricades, don't care about them. Those are hunters. Okay, actually this lane looks pretty good, and I made a huge mistake by not going into the last opening. Don't do that, always pay attention. If not, just try to remember it's the 8th wave. Okay, this one has to go. And let's go. We should be fine, considering my level is relatively high. Again, max level, relatively high. Still... I forgot what I was trying to say.
They've broken through a gate.
Okay, there we go. Okay, and in here, even if you fight so many ogres, if you have your scorchers placed with debilitation resonator, it will reduce the armor, so it will be easier to fight them off. Let's see, where do we place? Actually, I don't know. Let's just place them. It barely matters at this point.
Good blink. Yeah.
So let's go
Mama
with
does know best.
that.
Mama does know best.
I misplaced it. Oh, this hurts my soul. But it should be good. As you see, every lane at this point is self-sustained. And we have barely any issues. Except of that, this actually hurts me physically. If you can go with a different wall trap, but if you go with one, try to go with a bigger range. So wall blades and the shock trap, wall zapper, wall shocker. You get the idea. The electrical wall trap. It has a higher range, and two of them will cover both areas, or both lanes. It should be fine. Dude, I hope they will not reach the rift. I don't wanna stay there like a liar. But it looks pretty good. Okay, this portal. I don't remember anymore if we have Hunter, Grenadiers, or
The unstable rift was not destroyed.
Crossbowmen.
Enemy minions incoming.
Oh, it's something completely different. And also Grenadiers, okay. Healer and Trolls. I did not expect that. Come on, stop trying to kill me. Okay, he's also dead. Alright, let's go. Next wave. So far so good. Again, another shard. This red has been around. This is really impressive. The Gnoll Breeder. Alright. He's not a huge concern. Assuming he stays close to the rift, we can ignore him. And there we go. Another pack of sappers coming through the middle. It should be fine. And there we go, the last one died. It is indeed fine. Now let's see, last opening is okay. Right side should be fine as well. Problem is, the small gnolls from the Gnoll Breeder will activate traps. A good thing is, it barely matters. We do have a pretty good loadout up there, and the majority of them already died in our sapper prevention area. And there we go, this is the last... Hey, stop it. Last wave. Look at that. Okay, final wave. We do have a boss coming from the south.
The boss minion has entered the battlefield.
Is it correct? Oh, hi, what's up? Hey, he's gone forever. Okay. I'm not really sure where to go. Okay, and this is the point which is really enjoyable about this game. If you have a good loadout, you don't have to do anything. You are fine. You can pretty much AFK. This is not a speedrun as Kafka Fish likes to do. He knows proper speedrun strats for this map. I usually just go with completion, 5-star it, and never touch it again. It works out pretty well for me, and for my sanity. This area also looks pretty good. Right side a little bit wanky, but hey, I lied. It looks really solid. And this is the benefit of having a good build and an immobile hero. You will never see enemies ever again. If you place correctly, that is. But well, there we go. 5 stars, a few points, with Bianca. Alright, okay. Slayer, I hope you're watching. This run is especially for you. I apologize if there are some kind of issues with the episode. I haven't played for a while. It's literally my second game after like a month or something. Well, it's not true, but still, it's quite a while until I play that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could learn something. And if you have any further questions or any more recommendations, let me know and I will do my damnedest to fulfill them. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.